beautifuls, this is Aromie here, and welcome back to Mystic Destinies, Serendipity of Aeons. We are here in front of our mom. Don't know why. Why are you here, Mom? Why now? Why not now? Where's the music? Besides, I could ask the same of you two. Next time, they won't be dual ones. When Takumi speaks, his voice sounds an octave lower than usual. Instead of answering, Shizuka chuckles. You're persistent, huh? Just drop the act already. Act? Don't lose control, Michiko. This person here, they're not really who you think they like. Wait, what? They're not really who they look like to you. Okay. If you're seeing your mother, forget it. This isn't her. The guy is an illusionist by the name of Wholesome Sap. Oh. Uh-oh. Not known for attacking people, though. As he explains all this, Takumi doesn't take his eyes off of Shizuka even once. Oh, okay, we're not bothering Taku with his thing. Your girlfriend wants a word with you. I can hand you over to her, or directly to the police. What will it be? The two quietly stare at each other and turn my focus inward. It's something to get a grip on my emotions. Shizuka breaks the eye contact between them first. Without warning, she starts to walk towards me. Can you help me, Michiko? We can fix this. Go back to being mother and daughter. I stare at the woman standing before me, not knowing what to think or feel. I'm wondering where my music went. That's what I'm wondering. My eyes drift to Takumi, who glances back at me. Don't you dare listen to to his bullshit, Michiko. I look back at the Shizuka. Her eyes seem to shine with deep regret and sadness. My eyes meet Takumi's again. Are you sure? But before I can finish the sentence, I hear a metallic click. Shizuka no longer stands there. Instead, a strange man is in her place, aiming a gun right at me. Okay, there's the music. Your girlfriend really is an idiot. I'll do you a favor and get rid of her. There's no way I'm going back to mine. Hosame's finger moves to the trigger and I freeze. But then everything changes in the blink of an eye. 1 second, Hosame is standing there, and the next he's screaming, holding his bleeding wrist, a blade stuck deep in him. The gun clatters to the ground between us. My eyes follow it as it slides along the ground. Takumi runs up to Hosame, grabs him by the jacket, and punches him hard. Hosame flies to the ground, still clutching his bleeding wrist. Takumi walks up to him, and for a moment he just stands there, quietly looking down at the bleeding man on the ground. Without warning, Takumi violently steps on the shuriken. Oh God! In Hosame's wrist. Hosame cries out in anguish, desperately clawing at Takumi's boot as tears fall from his eyes. What are you doing? I hurriedly push myself up and run over to them. Takumi doesn't move though. I run up to him and give him a push. Taku's eyes glint at me dangerously, but I don't back down and glare right back at him. What are you doing? He's got no weapon. You've clearly got him. You need him alive, right? But he could have killed you. He says it so quietly that I barely managed to catch it. Takumi finally removes his foot without further comment. Hosame lies groaning on the ground, and Taku looks down at him. He pulls out whatever appear to be handcuffs from his jacket and bends down. As soon as he places them on Hosame, I breathe a sigh of relief. Man, our boys are ready to kill. Taku and Tatsuya are ready to kill anybody. We don't say anything else. I stand there watching Takumi's back as he starts to treat the moaning man's wound. And as I do, I can't help but wonder, just what happened to you in the last 3 years, Takumi? I don't know. It's gotten darker around here. I stand alone in Yoru's main street. I'm really digging this like slow-paced music. It's very chill. Takumi is dropping Hosame off at his girlfriend's home, and I'm waiting for him to be done. Wait, but he doesn't want to go back to his girlfriend. I wonder what exactly happened to make his girlfriend come after him like that. Beat him up. And just what is she going to do with him? Beat him up. Having no desire to follow that particular train of thought, I shake myself off from it. Takumi comes out of the girlfriend's house and makes his way to me. I bet you have some questions. I cross my arms. Ding ding ding! You win the prize! However did you guess? Takumi starts to walk down the street and I follow him, arms still crossed. I feel like you've been expecting me to just go along with you on your word all night. You didn't mention about parkour or rooftops or, the chance to be nearly killed? I sighed. I know we were friends, but I really don't know. You do. You do know me. And I bet you haven't changed much either. You used to read manga, right? So do I, though I don't have much time lately. And I bet you still sleep with some kind of adorable pajamas, right? He's got me there. My bunny pajamas. Alright, fine. Maybe I am being too dramatic. But you have to admit, you just dragged me through a lot of crazy shit with no answers. He nods. And I'll give you some, just as soon as we get to my mentor's house. Wait, what? What mentor? Why can't we just go to my house? Because you look exhausted and I'm pretty tired too. Her house is closer and should be able to actually help you with this magic control problem. I saw you about to lose it back there. Do you really want to blow up on innocent people? Or blow up innocent people? Almost everyone here in Yoru, at least, is a supernatural. And with the way things are here, they probably won't even notice if you did explode. Just how bad is Yoru? Are we still in Chawa then? Taku nods again. Yeah, this is, well, you might call it a red light district. But don't freak out. Plenty of normal people live here too. And there are nicer areas of it, which is where we're headed. I look around the street that only feels threatening above anything else. There are really nicer areas? Well, sure, crime bosses gotta have somewhere nice to live too, right? I frown at Taku's joke and he shakes his head as we walk. He takes his mask down and smiles at me. Don't worry about it too much. Aurelia is a super kind person most of the time, and her home is safe. It's the best place to stay in right now. I don't know. Oh, and did I mention she's an information broker? She might have info on your mom. I turn his words over in my head, and the more I think about it, the more it becomes clear that this Aurelia sounds perfect. A place to stay. I'm sorry if I'm not reading her name correctly. A place to stay where I won't hurt anyone. And she might be able to help me with my magic without trying to control what I do. Plus, she may have information. Yeah, that'll be perfect. I smile, feeling like I finally had heard some good news for the first time in a while. Yeah, alright, let's go meet your mentor then. I was surprised when we entered a fancy-looking, well-kept building and went up an elevator. I guess crime bosses really do live here. Though the thought doesn't make me feel particularly safe. I suppose it is better than staying in some rundown shack. Takumi knocks on the door. As the seconds tick away, I stare at the door, my nervousness only growing. The moment I think to ask Taku if he's sure that his mentor is home, the door opens. I blink, seeing no one there. Ooh! She looks so badass! Immediately I look down to see a tiny yet intimidating looking woman. I know it's rude to stare, I know, but I find myself awkwardly examining her. I'm surprised at how small she is and the unnatural silvery undertone of her skin. She almost doesn't look real, or feel real. I'm struck by her beauty and the silver freckles dotting her face. As I stare at Aurelia like an idiot, her eyes turn from me to Taku. Who's this? Takumi pulls me by the waist to him. My girlfriend. Hey, my what? Your what? Aurelia's expression doesn't change though. No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm his friend, Michiko. I need your help. No, you're no fun. What would it be? So sure I am. Right, I am. You are? No, you dork. That's cuter. But if I wanted to ever convince someone, maybe next time play along. But, wait, what? Right, yeah. Sorry, yeah, that was way better. Lying to someone isn't the best way to gain their trust. But Aurelia steps out of the way and gestures for us to come in. Let's talk inside. We probably didn't get kudos points with her, but we got kudos point with Taku, so that's fine. Wow, her place looks amazing. Yo, I would never leave this house. As I walk inside, I can't help but look around. Yura looks so much prettier from up here. Although it's dark, I can see some of the buildings I saw in Chao in the distance. I quietly admire the sleek monochrome design of the place, and even though I don't know Aurelia at all yet, somehow it still feels very her to me. Very classy, simple, but elegant. I look back at Aurelia and almost gasp. She looks so good against the backdrop, so much that I half wonder if I'm not just looking at a painting. So unexplained. Takumi glances at me and pulls down his hood. This is my childhood friend, Michiko. She just came back to town a few weeks ago. Some things happened and she discovers she's a sorceress now. I forgot his hair looked like this. It's really cute. Her powers are out of control, though, and there's no one to train her. Aurelia's eyes start to gleam. She has no one? How did she just discover her powers then? Taka looks away. It's complicated. I'll tell you tomorrow if Michiko's okay with it. If it helps you to help me, then it's fine by me. I see. She looks back at Taku. So, what do you want me to do? Can't Hagiwara handle this? Well, like I said, it's complicated. But basically, she doesn't want to go to school right now. She wants to find the person who awakened these powers. And I was hoping you could help with that. Help us control her powers and help us give information. Help give us some information on that person. And maybe give us a safe place to stay. That's a lot. That's a lot. We're asking a lot. I wouldn't be the best teacher though, since I'm in and out of here all the time. I jump slightly when Takumi drops to his knees all of a sudden, clasping his hands together. Oh, Takumi, you don't have to do that. Please, Arlie. You're our best chance, our only option. The silence drags on as she stares at him, no expression, nothing said. But as Takumi continues to stare back at her, she sighs. What's in it for me? I can pay you if that's what you want. You guys are a mess. But whatever, you can stay here for tonight and I'll figure it out tomorrow. I just got back and I'm exhausted. Taku stands up with a grin. Thanks, Arlie, but you do look tired. Had another late night out with Pax again? Ugh, don't remind me. I'm going to bed now. Night, kids. Bye. Without another word, Aurelia turns and disappears into another room. Takumi and I look at each other and Taku smiles. I'll show you to your room. Wow, it's so beautiful here. It's like not my aesthetic, but it's very pleasing. Taku takes me to a luxurious room and I get a strange feeling of nostalgia. It feels like some fancy hotel. Yeah, exactly. Or Dad's house in Paris. Wow. Well, let me know if you need anything. I'll be on the couch. Good night. Wait. I reach out and grab his arm. He slowly looks back, looking somewhat flustered. That doesn't last long, though, as a mischievous glint appears in his eyes. What? Want me to sleep with you? I immediately drop my hand, letting him go. No thanks. What I want is an explanation. A thorough one to what's been going on in your life and what all this is, and what exactly happened tonight. He sighs and turns around. Fine, in a nutshell, I am a private detective in Chawa. I primarily work here in Yoru. I help who I feel like helping. I take my jobs at night and parkour is how I get around. Aurelia trained me. I carry a variety of magical weapons to help me deal with supernaturals. That guy today, he had the power to create illusions. His magic was known for showing people who they feel the strongest about. You think it'd be a lover, but no, it's usually someone who you have strong regrets about. Or who hurt you, sorry. So I knew you're probably seeing your mother. I would have warned you, but he just suddenly showed up in the wrong place. Either my info was bad or he figured me out. His eyes searched my face. I know it's a lot to hear all at once, but does that sum it up? Can I go to sleep now? He's right. That was a lot. At least he's still smiling. I stare at him blankly before remembering myself enough to nod. To think anyone is out there doing what he does. And to think that there's someone with powers like that. Jeez. I like talking so much I'm starting to yawn because I was so certain it was Shizuka. She looks so real. Takumi begins to leave and I call out to him before he can get through the door. I want to go see my father tomorrow. He might know something about Shizuka. Taku puts a hand in the air, waving an acknowledgement before closing the door behind him. Once he leaves, I waste no time diving into bed. It doesn't take even a minute for me to pass out. Taku and I woke up late as hell today. Aurelia wasn't there when we got up, so we scavenged through her cabinets and ate whatever we could find for breakfast. After a quick call to my dad to make sure he's going to be in, we arrive at Shinamura offices after working hours. Wait, I'm dressed like this? As soon as Dad sees me, he smiles. Or I'm guessing hey. If for anything else, I pull my dad into a big hug before he can attempt to get up from his chair. Oh! He hugs me back just as tightly. I miss my dad. He's so cute. Look at him! I miss my in real life dad too, but I miss this dad too. Because of what he told us, the story, that he loved us even though we weren't biologically related to him. It's good to see you, sweetie. I nod and let go, moving to stand next to Takumi. Dad, this is... Dad smiles wide and suddenly. Takumi Aromie, of course. I wouldn't forget your childhood best friend. Aw, and yet somehow I did. He turns to look at Takumi. I feel like parents know. We all know. All our parents, every single parent knows who's a good friend for us and who's not. It's been so long, Takumi. It's nice to see you again. You too, sir. I clear my throat, drawing attention to myself. Sorry to just bring it up like this, but I'm here about Mom. Hearing the word Mom, Dad's smile falls and he glances at Takumi beside me. Anything you have to say, you can say in front of Taku. He sighs, rises, and walks out from behind his desk to stand in front of us. Dad suddenly looks so very tired. Your mother called me last weekend. She told me she would not be coming home anytime soon. If ever. You don't look surprised. He nods. I knew this day might come eventually. Do you know about what happened to Michiko? Wordlessly, he gives up the smallest hint of a nod, but just that single gesture sends me reeling. I feel like I've been punched in the stomach. I breathe out in a whisper. You knew? Father only stared back at me, the response in his guilty eyes. I stumble backward, nearly tripping over myself before Taku steadies me. I stare at the man I chose to call my father. Ah, shoot! In that moment, I feel like all of that vanishes and I'm staring at a stranger. Something snaps inside me, and I feel white-hot anger come out like a flood. I clench my fist and glare at the man before me. What do you know? Where are you hiding Shizuka? Wait, he's not hiding her. Were you in on all of this too? Tell me everything. Takumi gently puts his hand on my shoulder. Michiko, calm down. Takumi's voice is so calm and steady that I find myself backing down a little. He looks down with a sad sigh. I've known that Shizuka was an immortal sorceress for many years, and I've known that she has been trying to look for ways to fix that, so we could leave this world together in the end. He looks up at me, and I do know that she didn't want the solution to be you. I want to cover my ears to block out everything he's saying. Oh, so she didn't want to use me, but she went right along with it anyway. He knew beforehand and he didn't tell me. He just let it happen. My whole body shakes with restrained emotion. Only a single worried glance from Takumi keeps me from completely exploding. Do you know where Shizuka is? If you would even tell us if you did. He slowly shakes his head no. Although I deserve Michiko's anger and even hate if she desires it, this is very difficult for me too. I love my wife. I have for more than half my life. And now I'm uncertain if I will ever see her again. Is that all he fucking cares about? That he might not ever see her again? What about me? I have to live like this now because of what she's done. How can you even look at me after saying that? After everything that woman did? You're... Michiko... I freeze at the sound of my name on Takumi's lips. He quietly leads me to the side near the window. If you keep going like that, we'll get nowhere. I understand that you're angry, I do. But stay quiet and let me investigate a bit with Rokuru. My heart doesn't seem to agree. I want to continue to yell at that man until I can no longer yell. But logically, I do understand that it would be better for me to stay quiet and let Taku handle it. Especially since I can't calm down enough to do it myself without shouting. I don't want to agree, but I nod and follow Takumi back. Do you have any information you can give us about your wife's past activities? Shizuka was often doing things on her own. I never looked into her affairs too deeply. The answers to my questions are what might help us find her, so please don't hold anything back. Even the tiniest bit of information could be helpful to us. Under Takumi's intense stare, he hesitates and sighs. She didn't keep anything like paperwork in our home. and she most likely had her own financial accounts. But there is one unusual thing that comes to mind. During late spring of 2013, she was seen spending a great deal of time in Yoru. I had someone watch her from afar for the first time even during that period, but I never interfered. I did it out of worry. He walks back to his desk and, after rummaging through a drawer, pulls something out, something far too small for me to see. He hands it to Takumi, and as it changes hands, I see that it's a USB drive. This is all the information that I have. It may not be much, but it still might help. And I've always assumed that she kept her personal things elsewhere because she never kept anything at the house. So I would think that location holds more information. Thank you for your help. Taku slides the thumb drive into his pocket, and after a quick bow, he leaves the room. Bro, you left me, by the way. I follow after Taku, but something compels me to look back at my father. He looks so terribly sad that the sight of it painfully squeezes my heart. His sadness quickly turns back into anger as I remember this is the man who kept a terrible secret from me. A man who let me be sacrificed so that he and his wife could be happy. I turn on my heel and follow Takumi, leaving the office and my father behind. We make it down to the eerily quiet lobby. Takumi looks lost in thought, so I retreat into my own mind. I didn't expect to find out what I did. How could I have? I sigh. So far we found out that whatever it was that she was doing, she kept it well hidden, possibly hiding it in some other location. But how is that helpful? It's not like you can just know where whatever secret place she might have. Oh, the house. The house that she took me to. That could be it. My stomach twisted at the thought of that place. That man didn't seem to know anything about it, so this might really be it. I have to go back there. What? Go back where? I sigh and quickly explain my train of thought to Takumi. As I say it out loud, it really hits me. I have to go back to that place again. I clench my shaking hands into fists. My heart beats in my throat. The air around me suddenly feels heavy. Everything around me starts to shift, and I find to keep myself from shaking. Takumi glances at me and quickly pulls out his phone. Oh shit, sorry. To check the time. I work best at night, so let's just go now. His voice seems to ground me a little, and I manage to nod. With Takumi leading, we head out of Shinamura building, intending to ride Takumi's scooter to that place I'd hope we'd never go back to. Chapter 4, Enigma. How many chapters does Taku have? 13 or so? When we get to the house, everything is so quiet. The grass gently blows in the wind, and the scene looks like it should be a peaceful one. But somehow it's creepy, it's empty and wrong. I took a few steps towards the house, but with each step my dread only grows. This house is built on the land my ancestors lived on hundreds of years ago. They lived and worked here. They spilled blood here. Her words ring in my mind so loudly, loud enough that I almost see her right in front of me. My skin crawls and I hold back a shiver. It's as if I can actually feel the souls of those people here. I know all the bad energy that I myself created from what happened. Panic begins to creep onto me, crawling and grabbing at me like millions of cold and clammy hands trying to tear me apart. Ew! It feels nasty. I bet it feels nasty. The visual of it, ugh. It grips at me, holding on so tight that I'm rooted on the spot. My eyes start around, every cell in my body screaming for me to run. I turn around and about to break into a run for the scooter when Taku places his hand on my arm. I jump and jerk away from him, panting. An uneasy feeling is in my stomach, making me sick with terror. Takumi examines me, but I can't guess what he's thinking. Whatever you're feeling right now, it's only in your head. There's no danger here right now. I'm with you now, so everything is going to be fine. He moves a little closer. I'm here with you, Michiko. There's no danger here. Just take deep breaths and you'll be okay. Taku keeps repeating his words over and over in a soothing, steady voice. Listening to him, I nod and he takes me back to the scooter. I sit down in the seat and slowly take deep breaths until I feel myself calm down a bit. A few minutes pass like this in silence, only the sound of the wind rustling the leaves and grass disturbs our silence. Do you still want to go in? I look up at him with the only one thought in mind. Hell no! But I have to do this. Yeah, I have to. This is my mission, right? Takumi grins under his mask, his eyes the only real clue to that, and nods. It is. We're here because of you, so you should go. 2. I swallowed the lump forming in my throat and set my sights on the house. I hop off the scooter and start walking toward it, stealing my emotions and forcing myself to keep on moving. Step by step. Slowly, I start to slide the door to the house open, but Takumi stops it with his hand. Let me go first. With that, he slides right past me and goes inside. As Takumi slides the door open, there is nothing inside but an empty room. I stare at the room and feel myself drawn into a memory. Mother comes in carrying a tray of snacks and some tea. She glides across the room and gently places a tray on the table in front of me. Now we can have our chat a little more comfortably. A voice whispering into my ear snaps me out of it, bringing me to reality. I'm done checking out the place, so you should hurry and look around. I nod even though I have no idea where to start looking. But regardless, I feel determined to find something. I looked through every nook and cranny I could find. I did find some weird flasks, some empty, some still full of something that I wouldn't even know how to begin to describe. There were many books in languages that I couldn't recognize, and an old pendant with the main jewel missing. I sigh. I found plenty, but at the same time I found absolutely nothing. I sit on the floor and lean back against a scroll on the wall. A tiny thud catches my attention. I look down to see that an envelope stuffed with papers fell down next to me. What the? Takumi looks at me, then at the envelope on the floor. Cool, you found something. Nice job. I grab the envelope and quickly open it. I pull the stack of papers out and begin to sift through everything. I'm deeply absorbed in my task when Takumi speaks in an oddly cheerful voice. I thought there was someone here. What? Oh god. These characters are so scary because of their eyes. And they're hooded. Confusion and then an overwhelming sense of fear creeps over me. I look up to see a hooded man standing there. He grins, oh god, and a pair of very sharp fangs glint in the light. I jump excuse me, jeez. I jump to my feet and back up against the wall. A vampire. That's a vampire! A vampire? What in the hell? How? Vampires, they're real? Even though I'm looking right at one, I can't bring myself to actually believe it. A vampire. A real freaking vampire is right here in the same room. The vampire speeds towards me. All I see is him disappear in a flash of black. I feel like screaming, but no sound comes out. I can't move. Before I realize it, Takumi's in front of me, a dagger already in the vampire's stomach. Then he jerks the dagger out and stabs him in the shoulder as well. I gasp at how the scene unfolds. I can barely believe the violence occurring right in front of me, especially from Takumi. As if ignoring the stab, the vampire only grunts and rips out the dagger. His blood spills to the floor and Takumi darts forward to grab his weapon. The vampire almost catches him, but Taku rolls out of the way just in time. Taku yells behind him. Chico, are you going to do something? But I can't move. I can't react. I'm completely frozen in place. The vampire lunges for Takumi in rage, but Taku dodges him. Then a deep female voice rings out throughout the room. Stop. The vampire immediately stands up from where he had fallen, as if at attention. Well, who are you? You're very beautiful. I look behind Taku to see a gorgeous woman walk in from the hallway. It's as if she coalesced from the shadows themselves. She looks at Taku, then at me. Everything about her screams danger. Run! From her red, she seems very feisty, but very alluring. She's very beautiful. Her eyes stop at the vampire for a brief moment, and then quickly fall right back onto me, this time with much more interest. She began to speak with a light accent in her sultry voice. Well, well, how fascinating. You look just like her. Wait! Was her hair always red like this? Oh, it was! I'm so blind. Who are you, and how are you related to the woman who owns this house? I hear myself sharply inhale. Who are you? And how do you know my Shizuka? Takumi suddenly moves to stand closer to me, but his eyes never stray from the strange woman. Why would I tell you that? I'm the one in control here. Only I can ask the questions. She eyes us suspiciously. She seems to be considering what to do with this. She looks at the papers in my hands. What are you looking for here? Why the fuck should we tell you? Maybe I can help you. If you can help me. Yeah, sure, that's believable. I open my mouth to tell her as much, but Takumi cuts in before me. If you tell me what you're looking for, I'll tell you why we're here. We can just fight. Taku shifts his stance just slightly, readying himself for a fight. The woman stares at him for a few seconds before suddenly chuckling. Fine, I'm looking for something that the woman who owns this house owes me. You'd know it right away if you saw it. Interesting. Thanks for sharing. Do you always trust us easily? The woman pulls a large gun out as she aims it towards us. Takumi throws some strange flask on the floor. The flash shatters upon impact, creating a thick fog-like cloud. I can hear coughing and swears, and I feel myself being lifted up. Takumi throws me over his shoulder and runs the hell out of the house before the fog can lift. Takumi puts me down and we run through the field in a mad dash. My lungs feel as if they're on fire. My legs feel like they'll give out right under me. The only thing that keeps me going is Takumi, dragging me along after him. And this is where we're gonna stop. This route literally is probably the most exciting route that I've played. Compared to Shinji and Tatsuya, Takumi is right on top right now already, because I feel like the story progression is at a good pace, and we're actually seeing more people than we have compared to the other two. Like Shinji's route, we saw, I forgot his name, the knight and then his mom. We saw 4 people roughly in that story. Tatsuya, we saw, I guess, now that I think about it, in all the routes we actually saw a lot of people, but I feel like the people I'm remembering mostly that has given me a huge reaction is in this route, because of the 2 like beautiful, powerful ladies in this route. They look so beautiful that I can't help but remember them. And it's very exciting that we actually get to continue and progress in the storyline of finding Shizuka compared to the other 2 routes where we just tell them about Shizuka and that we might want to find her someday. But in Tatsuya's route, we didn't find her at all. Like, we didn't talk about her too much. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.